starting to warm up this week in Mongolia, but it's going to get cold next week, so we're taking full advantage of the warm weather. Inside the greenhouse here, it is extremely nice, so we have brought all our plants out and we're starting to plant them into the garden. Just been taking the last few days to do that. We will show you around once we have everything in. We have so many different varieties that we're trying to find space for.
And finally our greenhouse looking like a greenhouse.
Yeah, finally.
Feels really good.
It's actually got some stuff in it, which is going to be great. So we'll show you around before this turns into a jungle. We're going to take a pause on planting our vegetables for the moment because we have something a little bit more pressing that we need to get done. As you know, a couple of weeks ago we started incubating our new quail eggs. They have hatched and been put into a brooder. Now they're getting big enough that they need to have their own coop. We need to get a quail coop made as soon as possible since we started new chicken eggs, and they're gonna need to go into a brooder in a few weeks.
And then become a full house.
Yeah, we're gonna go outside. Since it's really, really nice weather, we're gonna spend the next couple of days getting this quail coop ready.
Yes.
Since we're going to be using quails for meat birds and for eggs, there's a special design for having a quail coop.
Yes.
The design for the quail coop we came up with what is going to be the best solution for us. Let's head outside. We've picked up the lumber and let's get building.
Work. Oh, it's so hot.
Summer's coming. Work. We went to go and pick up some lumber. We have some 1x1s and some 2x1s. We're going to build a frame and we're going to use some caging to close it off. Since we're going to be raising chickens for meat and for eggs, so the design is going to be slightly different. We're going to make a 3-layered coop. We're going to crack on, get as much done today and tomorrow while the weather is nice and warm before it gets -degrees next week. We need to measure up everything, start to prepare this wood, start putting it all together.
We have a full house.
Full house.
This wood.
And get the quails a new place to live. So let's crack on.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking.
These are our 4 2-meter corner pieces. We're going to make a 2-meter by 1.2 meter quail coop, which is going to have 3 layers. We're going to cut up all the cross pieces and assemble it before we paint it up. We have our main wood cut for our frame. Now we're just going to start to put it all together, and then we can start working on the rollers for the eggs. Hopefully this will make sense at the end.
Open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day. I'm gonna let the past be filled with smoke. And I will try to fix what has been broken.
One side down, one more to go,
Take this
and then we can do the
weight
cross
off my
brace.
shoulders, 'cause I know yesterday ain't coming back. I'm gonna let the past stay in the cold. I will listen
If you need the screws, look.
spoken, and I'll let my mind be carried by the waves. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day.
Okay, we're actually going to call it quits for
Nice.
today. So it's past 6 o'clock and now we want to go in and make some dinner and spend some time with Flame. We'll pick this up tomorrow, carry on with this build, enjoy the warm weather that we have. Hopefully it's not going to be so windy because today was really, really windy.
Super windy.
Before next week's freezing cold temperatures come back.
Back to the winter.
Back to winter, exactly. Okay guys, catch you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
So these are going to be for these three. This one is going to be for putting the trays so that we can collect the poo-poo. We're back on our quail build this morning. It is a wonderful sunny day. It's the first time I have to put on
You should have a jacket. It's cold.
It's still a little bit windy, but we carry on with our quail coop. Maybe we call it early today since it is a nice day. Maybe a barbecue. We'll have 1, 2, 3.
1054.5.
Yeah. Why I'm using the hand saw and this is because the table saw is in the city with my father-in-law and I'm too lazy to go and get it. But it'll work. I think we have a problem with our chickens. Because I think they all have Tourette syndrome. I think our chickens have Tourette syndrome. I always feel like I'm holding a handgun. Framework is starting to come so you can actually see how it's going to look. 6 individual quail coops, 1 bigger coop at the bottom. The reason for that is we're going to have individual coops which are going to be for breeding pens, and we're going to have ones for that we can put the babies in, and then we can have one that we can separate the males and the females. There you go. One frame.
That's it.
We are finally finished with the assembly of the quail coop. All the wood is done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to paint it. We brought it into the greenhouse because the weather is going to change drastically tonight and tomorrow. So it's going to freeze tonight and it's going to be -degrees tomorrow as well. We brought everything into the greenhouse as we're going to have this coop in the greenhouse when we are eventually finished. Zula chose a color. What did you choose? I gave her freedom of choice.
I was thinking for pink, but we couldn't find it.
No, so at least we're not going to have a pink one. We're going to have a dark grey one. We're going to paint it, let it dry overnight, and then tomorrow we're going to come in and put in the metal caging and the doors and everything like that. Paint is dried off on this quail coop, so we can continue this morning. We have 3 types of nettings. We have a black plastic, which is going to be for the outside and for the poop tray. We have a metal wire that we're going to have on the bottom of where the quails are going to be. And we have a little bit more expensive, nice white one, which is perfect for their feet. With a 3-tier coop, we have different stages. This stage here, this is where we can slide in a tray. This is where we can have all the poop fall. So it's going to be easy to take the tray out and clean. This is where the quails are going to sit. So here we're going to have metal on top, so it's a little bit stronger. And then we're going to use this white, smaller one, which is good for their feet, on top of that. And then we're going to do this for all the 3 layers. And then once we have that done, we can wrap the whole thing up, throw on some doors, get the barriers in, and get our quails in as soon as possible.
Today.
Good. And it's much nicer to do it in the greenhouse since it's nicer.
Yeah, it's like feel like summer.
Okay, this is where Michael's gonna put it. All the metal is done. There's only going to be 3 lines of metal. That's for the birds to go on. But now we're going to calculate this white plastic that's going to be good for their feet. Lula, how's it going?
Yeah, it's good. It's
Cal-
maths.
Doing the
Going
math.
on.
Doing the calculations.
Yeah, because we have limited the netting, the white netting, so we need to calculate exactly how we cut.
Exactly. And get it to fit. But it's coming along nicely. And the difference between this one and the black plastic is these holes are a lot smaller, and since the birds' feet are a lot smaller, it'll be nice and comfortable for them. White plastic is going to sit on top of the metal, and then we're going to nail it in before we start putting black plastic all the way around, put on the doors, get these birds in. So you see now that first we have the metal, which is about 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters, and then we have this nice softer white stuff for their claws to go onto. That's nice. So I just made a simple separation, so this is going to fit in so we can separate the different bays. So we can have one male and a few females, and they can breed, and the males don't see each other, so they don't want to fight. And we're going to have ones that we can separate the males and females, so then there's no fighting. And yeah, simple cut, nothing fancy. A couple of these, and we get it installed. Done.
Heavy.
Okay. Zula lost the leaf.
Did I cut it here? Yeah. size, huh?
So the reason why we're putting it in the greenhouse is the temperature is really okay for them. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. But also it's really nice to have some small animals in the greenhouse, especially because they're going to breathe out carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is really good for the plants. This is where we're going to put them. It's going to help the plants grow. We see if we move them to a different place when we build a big scale winter coop or something like that.
Yeah.
Last thing to do is put on the doors.
How do you know all these things?
I was born this way.
I'm born this way.
There we go.
Oh, hello.
What you doing?
Oh, you're choo-choo. Good.
Yeah, a new home for the choo-choos.
This choo-choo.
Yeah, I'm gonna open up here. Open up here, need a better lock for it. Open up here and I've got the choo-choos inside. Yeah.
Inside?
Yes.
Remember the choo-choo side?
Different choo-choo family. This is like a block of flats. And apartments. They have different apartments.
Choo-choo.
Yes.
Hello, Flemmy.
Choo-choo.
Say hello.
Hello. You're a choo-choo.
Yeah, choo-choos. Should we go get the choo-choos?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go get the choo-choos and put the choo-choos in.
Yeah.
Now that the quail coop is finished, we can go and get the quails and put them inside. What we have, basically, we have created 6 around 2.5 square foot of space. These 6 we can utilize for having different families in here, so we can have up to 5 quails in here, 1 male and 4 females, and those we can use for breeding eggs, or we can separate the males and the females so the males won't fight if there's no females next to them. And here we have a little bit of a brooder, so we can put quails in here to get a little bit bigger, and then we can put them in here, or we can mix it up how we want. Collect eggs for breeding, eggs for eating, and grow the quails so that we can cull them for food. Underneath here is that we can have a tray. We can put some wood chips in here. We can easily have it underneath. The poop will go down much cleaner. Got the ramp here for the eggs to come down. We're going to put some soft thing here to catch the eggs. We didn't have any hooks, so we need something today, but we'll go and get some nice hooks. We need to also sort out some automatic watering system and holes for the food. We have these little plastic containers for water and food for today, but we will sort that out later on in the week. Let's go and get the quails and get them in.
Get your choo-choo,
Come, we go get Juju's.
Flemmy. Bring the choo-choos. Okay, go with daddy.
Come with Daddy. We go get the Juju's.
Yeah!
Hi. Hi, Juju. Hi. Oi, oi.
Look at the choo-choo, Flemmy. Look.
Look at the Juju. 2 hands.
Yes.
Yeah, put 2 hands together. Like this, together. Ooh, there. Hey. We have 31 quails. We're not exactly sure how many are male and how many are female. We haven't checked yet. But what we're going to do is we're just going to put them all down here. Then we will start dividing them up so we can have 4 females and 1 male in all the breeding cages. And then we will see how many we have left. I know that this is a female. You can also tell by the colors of the bird, but sometimes you can't always tell by the colors. When you look here at the vent hole, the males have a bump where the females don't. So this is definitely a female.
Flemmy, look. Jammeren. Choo-choo cute in them.
I think they're going to be a lot happier with some more space. Yes.
Hello. Oh, these dogs do that.
Guys, we're happy that we got this job done. I think the quails are going to be much happier. We're going to end the video here. Thank you so much. We love you to bits. And we will see you in the next one.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, guys.
Oh, bye-bye, guys.